Hi everyone, it's Marilyn, Alauria, and welcome to Who Can It Be Now? Oh my goodness, I struggle so much with not saying podcast. I slipped it in there again. I'm really going to stop doing that because after a while you're going to be like, just stop it already. All right, so today's episode is super, super special. You are getting invited into the soul session that we did. So these soul sessions are things that I do in Soul Finder Academy and you also get to experience it if you join the SAS experience. And I'll tell you how to join that in a bit. I just want to tell you about this first. So soul sessions are moments where I get with the community, whoever is in that, whether it's Soul Finder Academy or the SAS experience. And once you're a Soul Finder Academy in that program, you always get the SAS experience and the soul sessions, at least up until this point of this recording. That may shift and change down the line. I'm not sure. But anyway, so the soul sessions are these moments where I teach you how to channel. So it's a deeper dive than the pod party. It's where I go in and, cause you've already done the SAS pillar system. So you're already kind of clear with subconscious thinking, alignment with your soul ignition, and synchronicity. So you already kind of dabbled in that kind of work. And we go in and we do some real good work around clairvoyancy or channeling. And this one we did work with a tarot card, and you really help to self-guide yourself, because my goal, as you know, and if you don't know, if you're new to me, is for you to stop needing readings. Not that I think there's anything wrong with it if you're really with a really good reader and you can co-create with them, but you can read for yourself. Because at 3:00 in the morning, if you're waking up with an idea, a thought, or a question, or a little bit of anxiety, I don't want you reaching over the phone, calling 1-800-GO-PSYCHIC, whatever. I don't know what those numbers are now. I don't even know how those programs are. So I'm not putting them down, but I'd rather you dial up your own heart, your own wisdom, and get the answers for yourself. So the soul sessions are a great doorway, avenue, journey. So much more than a doorway, because you're like in it. It's this magical playground where you really get to deep dive into your soul. So we're inviting you in to take a listen to this one, and you're going to use the moon card. So I use the Rider-Waite deck, Riderwaite. And if you want me to say with a Brooklyn accent, it would be Rider-Waite. Rider-Waite. I don't even know if I can do a Brooklyn accent full on anymore. Rider-Waite. Anyway, there's no R in Brooklyn accents. Everything's an A. So you would look up the moon card, and you could follow along by just looking at the moon card. You can just Google Rider-Waite moon card, Rider-Waite tarot moon card, and the image will come up. It doesn't really matter if you don't have the Rider-Waite, but that's the one we'll be using in the class, because so I want to offer that up to you. And I think you're really, really going to enjoy this. So I want to share a story with you, but before I share a story, and then you'll hear a little bit of music and go into the soul session. If you're interested in joining the SAS experience, you can go to joinsas.com, and check it out. If you're interested in learning more about Soul Finder Academy, you can go to soulfinderacademy.com. It was interesting because we got feedback recently from someone. They were like, I don't even know what you offer. And I'm like, oh, maybe we should start doing that, letting people know what I offer. So you can go to soulfinderacademy.com. If you're not sure about any of the programs, you can email us at care, C-A-R-E, Marilyn at MarilynAlauria.com, care@MarilynAlauria.com. So the reason why I really love doing this work, and I love doing this podcast, I'm getting such feedback, great feedback from you guys, is because I feel like I have a guidance system that really knows how to meet people on their journey and help them to grow and expand into their gifts. And they meet you where you are on your path. They're working through me, obviously, meet you where you are on your path. And they just have these tons of techniques and tools that they bring forward. Jennifer McLean always says this about me when she introduces me to her community, that I have this ability to come up with so many techniques and tools that are really a lot of fun, that get you really working with your heart and soul and your own inner wisdom. She doesn't say it like that. That's my interpretation. So I want to share a little story with you because I feel like you'll benefit from it. I recently posted it depends on when you're listening to this. I posted in my community what was it that attracted my community to me. And I told them, I just curious because I'm, learning about myself and as a teacher. And it's not for anything other than just wanting to know what you benefit from working with me. And one of my students, somebody in my community, she shared something that I thought was really interesting, and I want to share it with you, and then I'm going to share a story with you. But she's somebody who's fascinating to me because she came into Membership for Your Soul, and she kind of put us to task right away. And when I say us, I mean the whole community, because she was having these experiences in her own personal life. I'm sure she'd be okay with me sharing this story, where she was just having experiences at night, being woken up, whatever energy. I don't want to go into her whole story without her permission. And she shared with us some information that she got from another person she was working with, another teacher. And my whole community, we're very caring. We really want you to feel safe, but we all shared what we felt about that feedback and kind of just guided her to find her own strength in it, because it put a little bit of fear, whatever. So I don't want to go into the details. And I was like, wow, she's interesting. And I was just watching her development as she was in Membership for Your Soul. And not long after she joined membership, she came into the SAS experience. And then she did the SAS experience, and then she joined Soul Finder Academy. And she's a really, really good student and I don't like saying students because I feel like we're all like in this playing field together. But she really looks at herself. She's very conscious, and she's aware of her own behaviors. And then she really does the work and really is working through it. So she had told me, so she was one of those people who answered the post when I was like, what was it that attracted you to me? And she put on that's my phone. It's not a spirit in the room that's vibrating. She told me in the post that when she first heard me talk on a telesummit, she thought to herself, why is this person, if this person is this spiritual teacher and this is what she teaches, why is she talking about some of her struggles? And she said it confused her because she thought like I should be way past this stuff. But I teach from a place of life happens, things happen, and I share a story, and then I share the techniques and tools that usually catapulted me through that experience into the next level of living. And she said, at first she was taken aback because she was like, I can't believe she's having issues and problems. And I really loved that feedback, because this is the thing that bothers me about spiritual teachers out there that don't share with you that they still go through stuff. Now, there's a few things I want to say to you about this. One is it's not that I'm sure they go through stuff. They don't share it. Probably one, because if they share it with you, they're afraid you may not buy their product. That's the truth. I know that's the truth for some of them. So they have to only show you the bright, shiny object and how amazing things are, because they're afraid to show their vulnerability. They're afraid to show that stuff because then you will think like they're a fraud and they can't. That's not true, right? Because what happens is it doesn't take as long to get through things. Things happen in life, but I have a lot of tools. I have a lot of techniques, and I know a lot of these teachers do too. They have tools and techniques that catapult them through the experience a lot quicker than maybe before they had these tools and techniques, right? So that's one thing. The other reason is, I don't know. I can't stand people who do that, to be honest with you. I have no patience for people who sit on top of a pedestal and make you think that their life is complete bliss and that they don't have any struggles because of their work that they do. And I just think it's bull. So I like people like Brene Brown, who shares her vulnerability, her stories, and you learn from listening to her, it humanizes her. And then she will share like how she got through it. Or Oprah, I feel does that a lot. And I've seen Mel Robbins do it, so people like that really resonate with me. That might not be your thing. You may need to listen to the person who is just telling you everything is joy. I don't know. I don't think you'd be listening to me if you're that person. So when she shared that, I thought, oh, it's so fascinating. And she's seeing in herself how life is, life happens. And she's using these techniques and tools that are helping her, supporting her amazingly through it. And there was something, I did a Q&A, and I don't remember the Q&A. So I do readings in my communities, and I was doing a Q&A, and she quoted me. And she said that it blew her away when I said, why do you always think you have to get it right? I don't even remember saying it because my guides worked through me. And she said that was a real big light bulb moment in for her. She's like, yeah, why do I always think I have to get it right? So I share this with you for a reason, because I'm going to share your story with you. So I'm recording this on a day where had a little bit of anger this morning. Things were annoying. And last night I was trying to get a bunch of stuff done, and I had to wash a quilt, a down comforter. I don't use down, so it was bamboo, whatever. And I put it in the washing machine with a blanket and a couple of towels. And I knew like, ooh, I don't know. Whenever I put that friggin' thing in the washing machine, I have to like balance it out. So I stuck it in the washing machine, and my appliances have been driving me nuts lately. And I went over to the washing machine later and I opened it thinking it was done, and it was just full of water. And I was like, fuck. You know these moments, right? So I closed the lid. You probably don't care about this, some of you, but things like this drive me nuts. And then I hit spin and rinse again. And I'm like, all right, it's fine. It's moving. It's doing its thing. And I think I walked the dogs, and I came back and I opened it and it's filled with even more water. And it smells like burned rubber now. And I'm like, I can't run this thing again because I don't know if it's going to start a fire. I don't know what's going on. It's making me a little crazy. So I try to lift the quilt out of there, and it's like a 200-pound dead body in there. I can't move it. I can't nudge it. I can't do anything. So I'm like, holy, I don't know what to friggin' do. And it's me, right? It's just me in this house, running this house. Don't try to come see me. I have 2 German Shepherds. They will rip your face off. I say that because I've had some stalkers way, way, way in my past. And I just say that. Anyway, so I'm with the washing machine, and I'm one of those people who could go to anxiety and nervousness right away. Because my mother was raising us by herself. She had no help. And I watched her when things would go on. I don't know how the frig she did it with 4 of us. But when things would go on, she would go to that anxious, fearful place. So I was like trying to get the blanket out of the washing machine. I was like, do I try to move the water out? What do I do? And I was like starting to panic a little bit because I didn't know what to do. And it's smelling like burned rubber. I'm like, is this thing going to go on fire? What is going on? And then I just paused and I said a prayer. And I was like, will you please help me to figure this out? It sounds nuts, right? But this is what you can do. You can take the most annoying, asinine moment and pause and go into inner wisdom and get help. And so I did that, and I calmed down, and I was like, I was told what to do. Go here, move this, do that, try to move it. And I did it, and it started budging a little bit, and then it got stuck again. And I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? I can't get this thing. I couldn't lift it or anything. It was just stuck in there. And so I said, okay, breathe again, a little prayer. Help me to figure this out. Show me what to do. And then I was guided to what to do. My hands in there, moving they got me in deeper, move the blanket this way, move it that way, move the quilt this way, and people could be like, that's just knowledge. Okay, great. Not for me. I didn't know what the heck to do. And so it started budging even more, and I started getting it out, and I was like, and then it got stuck again. And the thing's fucking spinning the whole time. It was so annoying. I'm like, the washing machine wasn't on, but it just kept spinning. So I'm like unloosening it, and it's spinning more. And I'm like, mother. I got quiet again, and I prayed. Just show me what to do. Just get me out of this moment. I'm going to calm down. I'm not going to be anxious. I know I'm going to make this work. And I got in, and I got it out. And I'm not kidding you. It was like a 250-pound dead body. Now, how do I know what a dead body feels like? I'll tell you another story about that in a second. And I drag this thing through my house because I can't lift it. It's so friggin' heavy. And I drag it to the deck outside my front door. And water's just pouring out of it all over. And the whole path is to the front door is wet. But I dried it. And then I was able to rinse the blanket and get that out. And the whole bottom line about this is that anxious moments happen. That's something little, but for someone like me who was raised in a lot of chaos, and I watched my poor mother trying to keep it together for us, and big shit went down, I learned anxiety. And I'm relearning that. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. So there was proof in the pudding right there. Here I say a little prayer. Maybe I had to say it a couple of times. I had to take some deep breaths so that I could think the solution could come through, because solution can't come through if you're in anxiety. And then I got it out. So that's my story. So why am I saying all this? Because this work helps you in every aspect of your life. I'm a wash machine aspect. Why do I know about a dead body? I really don't. But apparently one day, my gardener in my old house, he was such a nice man. This was after I had a really crappy gardener who took advantage of me. Then I had another gardener who lifted his pant leg and showed me his prison bracelet and asked me to have kids with him. I kid you not, I had to fire him. And then I had this other gardener who was just the sweetest man in the world. So sweet. And he brought me a new hose, and I said to him, I can't use this hose. It's like dragging a dead body around. I didn't realize I even said it. So the next week I'm driving in my driveway and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, you told me the hose was like dragging a dead body around. So he was replacing my hose. So I thought that was kind of funny because he remembered I said it and he was kind of laughing. And I'm like, this man's probably like, how does she know about dragging a dead body around? I really don't. But you kind of get the idea. I don't even know if that's a funny story for you, but it was funny for me and I couldn't. Yeah. Anyway. So if you want to learn how to get into inner wisdom, to clear the friggin' blankets out of your washing machine, or to, it's anything, the things that happen in your life, the little things that friggin' drive you nuts, there's always a bigger moment behind it. Let me know. Come to MarilynAlauria.com/party. Come join the podcast party. I'm not going to be talking about my washing machine. Or you can email us at care@MarilynAlauria.com. Tell us what you want to learn, where you want to change, what you want to grow. And we will help you. Maybe there's a program that we have that can help you, or we can guide you somewhere. Maybe we can't guide you at all. We'll let you know. And really, that's it. Enjoy the soul session. Make sure you get your tarot card out. And there'll be a little outro as well. So make sure you listen to that. I'm starting to do intros and outros. So you hear a little music, you'll get the soul session, you'll probably hear a little music, or maybe not, and get the outro. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Welcome. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Renee, nice to meet you too. See, if you put your camera on, I say hello. Hello, Jill. Hello, Sandra, my beautiful little people. Hi, Renee. How did you find out about me?
I think it was through Jennifer.
Okay, good. Great. The only reason why I ask is because I'm starting to put a lot of things out there, whether it's a podcast, it's my telesummits I'm on, or different things, right? And this is Erin, who you're all going to meet too. So I'm just curious how people are coming to know me and know my work, just so I can get to know you too. One of the things, so I'm Marilyn Alauria, for those of you who don't know me. I know some of you are staying off camera, and that is okay, but I may ask you to be on camera in a bit. I'm really glad that you all joined me today for this soul session. I'm going to just talk a tiny bit about some of the things that we're going to do, and then we're going to dive into the work. This is very experiential work. When soul sessions are something that I do in my program, Soul Finder Academy, which we have quite a few graduates on here from Soul Finder Academy, and graduates that have actually gone back in again, because the soul sessions, how magical are they, guys? They're pretty incredible. So part of my work as a psychic medium, teacher, mentor, coach, whatever the heck you want to call me, is to teach all of you that you are the instrument. And the biggest goal in my work is for you to trust yourself on the choices and the decisions you're making. So on a scale to 1 to 10 right now, how long will the session be? I'm going to try to keep it to an hour. It may be a tiny bit longer, Renee. And if it is, I don't know. Usually when we do soul sessions in SFA, they're longer, but I'm going to try to keep it to an hour. So we'll see how it goes. But I really want people to get the work in. From a scale to 1 to 10, how 1 being the least, 10 being the most, where do you fall in trusting yourself? In trusting yourself to make really strong choices in your life? And you can put it in the chat. That would be great. 10, Sandra. Christina, 7. Jill, 3. Kimry, 7. Olga, 5. Renee, 8. Great. Lisa, Leon, 9. Trust self at 9. Patricia, good. Hello, Patricia. All right. So when you're trusting yourself to make decisions, is that coming from, where do you feel like that is coming from? You're trusting yourself to make these choices, make these decisions. Is it intuition? Is it your higher self? Is it your guides? What do you feel like it is? Heart and intuition. It is shifted as of today. I'm here to recalibrate. Love you, Gia. Feeling great, Emily. All of it. Good. Gut. Hi, Rana. Nice to meet you. Intuition. Off in your head. Great. Okay, Olga. Were you a 5, Olga? I think you were a 5. Intuition. Great. Okay. 8. Great. Heart. Okay. How many of you know your guides? How many of you are in touch with your guides? I'm in touch. Me. Wish I was. Me in touch. Okay. Yes, but it goes in and out. I don't know them, but they are there. Okay. Want to. Good, good, good. Love it. You're in a great place. Everybody's in great company. There are no wrong answers. There's just a gauging of where you're at, which is what I want to do. I try, but doesn't seem to stick. That's practice. It's ritual. Sometimes intuition and head. Yes, am in touch and out. Okay, in and out. Jane, you're doing great. So you're growing into it. So that's good. Okay. How many of you let me just talk a tiny bit before I move forward, because I have to tell you how I work. So when I do soul sessions, a little different than I do other work. I really bring in my guidance and I read the energy of the group and I work with them. And I allow them to bring forward what I need to bring forward in the moment. I'll have an idea of what I want to work on, but really I allow my guides to completely facilitate the experience. We are going to give you an experience, help you experiment with this to see if this is something, like I said, we dive deeper into in Soul Finder Academy, where we do this twice a month, whether it's with me or one of my Soul Finder Academy coaches. And we also do Q&As. This is an opportunity to feel it out, to see if this is something that interests you, to graduate to the next level of Soul Finder Academy. There's no hard sell, nothing like that. I'm just giving you the opportunity, if there's another place that you want to go to continue to grow your choices, the way you make choices. My goal in my work, in my mission is my work, is for people to stop depending on people outside of themselves to tell them how to live their lives. It's not about not going to the right. We just interviewed one of the teachers in Membership for Your Soul, who's a hypnotherapist, right? So I bring different teachers in. Soul Finder Academy, we have 4 coaches, and Erin's going to talk in a minute about what she does in there. She's one of my coaches. It's not about not going to coaches or hypnotherapists or masseuses. It's about knowing who to go to and to get the second guessing out. And here's the other big thing. And I want to know how many of you have had this experience. How many of you have gone to a reader or a healer and they've said something and it fucked you up? Excuse my language. Like you were like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I resonate with this. Has anybody had that experience? I know I have. Erin's raising her hand. Wow, good. Not many people have had that experience. That's a positive thing. Good. All right. So what that may look like, yes, good. Okay. So what that may look like is you go to somebody and you're holding your truth and your dreams in your heart. And then you give your power away to someone else to tell you if you're on the right track or not. Has anybody had that experience where they've gone and done that, and then maybe the person said something that didn't resonate fully with them? If not, it's okay. I'm just showing you what my mission in my work is. Rana says, of course. Okay. So yes. So my mission with my work and how this all came about real quickly is I was doing readings and I found that people would literally come into the room with me and they would lay their life on my lap and they would want me to make huge decisions for them. Should I have this baby? Should I marry this guy? Should I leave law school? Should I leave my marriage? And what do I do about my son? Should I talk to him anymore? I want my mother to die. Is she going to die? Huge, huge, huge decisions. And I got extremely uncomfortable with it. And although my work is completely with spirit and spirit has to come through me to help people, and I move myself out of the way, I got to a place where I was like, why are you asking me? Why aren't you going to yourself and getting the answers? Now, we all go through big struggles in our life where we do need guidance. We do need coaches. We do need people to help guide us to the right answers. But that's what you want. You want someone who's going to guide you to your truth. How many of you feel like you are in touch with your truth? Thanks, Deb. Great. You can even answer in the chat because that'll help me. Getting there. Okay, me, sometimes. I'm getting better at it. Yes. How many of you are afraid of your truth? Jill doesn't know. Okay. Sometimes me. Yes. A little. No. A bit. Good question. Maybe. Getting better at it. Good, good, good. Not so much afraid as timid, a little sometimes. Hi, Heather. Mostly yes. Okay. The reason, so let me just go back to the thing. So I found that most people were afraid of their truth because they were basing it on past experience. They were going after their dreams. Life was messing them up, knocking them into the wall, having difficult times. So they felt like there was a bigger truth out there that they didn't like, and they were afraid God, the universe, source was going to make them live it. So they were disempowering themselves, and they were coming to someone like me to tell them what their truth was. And my goal became that I wanted to teach people the tools and the techniques on how to get inside themselves to figure out why something may be happening in their life, and how to better navigate the choices they're making, or make stronger decisions, or understand the character building moment. Is everybody following me? Do you understand this? Great. How many of you? So what I had found through my work was it's super powerful to align with your soul, which is the second pillar in the SAS experience, to know your subconscious thinking, to align with your soul, to light that up and start living from your truth, because your truth is so much more magical than you can even imagine. It's greater than you can even imagine. And those moments that come in that throw us to the curb or knock us down, those are character building moments. Those are moments where the universe, God, source, whatever you believe in, is telling you how to dive deeper into yourself and live more aligned with yourself. So my goal, and of course, I would love to get everything in that I teach into this moment, but I can't. And I'm even saying to them, can we funnel it? Can we funnel it? Can we funnel it? Because I could feel the energy of this group is you're not new to this journey. You've been working on this journey. You are ready for something greater. And that is why you showed up. And I'm asking them now to kind of funnel it into a result that you could achieve today that makes you feel like you are holding the wand in your own hand and experiencing your own innate power. And that you know what choices to make. And if you don't know what choice to make, you know the tool that you can use in order to get clearer around that choice. And that is my goal for all of you today. Okay. So before I move into the actual work, what I want to do is have Erin talk to you, all of you. So, but I am going to say this. So I'm going to be completely transparent, completely honest with all of you. We have this other program, Soul Finder Academy, right? So we do the SAS experience so that people could experience the SAS pillar system, which deep dives into Soul Finder Academy. Before I came on to speak to all of you, I was talking to my coach, and I was like, I don't know how to introduce them to this program without it feeling slimy, or I don't know how to do it. It feels uncomfortable to me. I'm being really honest with all of you. And he was like, well, why don't you just tell them that? Why don't you just be honest and authentic and come to the call and say, if this is something you're called to do, let us know. Get on a call with Erin. Erin's going to share her Calendly link and let us know. And if it's not, that's okay too. And he said, and I loved what he said because he was reflecting my highest truth. He said, let them know that whatever they decide is the best thing for them. But let them know there's an opportunity for something bigger or greater with you if they want to move forward. And I was like, that like released me, because I was like, I don't want to come to this call to all of you and I just want to show up and be, but I also want to give you the opportunity to work with me in a deeper way if you want to. So Erin's going to talk real quick, just to anything she wants to share. I want you to meet Erin to get to know her. And then Erin, if any of you are interested in SFA, I will share the link later. I'll share it now too, in case you're interested. But I want to get into the work now. And then if you have a question about it, like whether it's right for you or not, we don't do hard sells, not interested in it. We only want people who want to be in the program. You can jump on a call with Erin for like 15 minutes and she can help you. Erin, do you want to just share? Erin, by the way, seems young. I say this to everybody. She's a friggin' old soul in that body. And she is incredible at coaching people and helping people to see their truth.
Thanks, Marilyn. Yes, I've been told I was an old soul since I was like 3 years old. So
how many of us feel that way? Like we're old souls, right?
Yeah, right. It's like all of us here. So, but hi everyone. My name is Erin and I'm on Team Marilyn. It's awesome. And I'm super happy to meet you guys that are new and see everyone else that I know and have seen before. And just that we're on this journey together today. And I love that we're starting out with truth, with trust, because and just how Marilyn said, it's like those character building moments that even if it doesn't go exactly how we want or how it doesn't feel good, because I truly have found in my own journey that, like, let's say I am at like point number 11 and I want to be at 100, like 12 through 99, I have to get those. I have to experience that and learn that and feel it. And whatever feelings I have about it, so that when I get to where I want to be, I have those lessons that I can really flourish and be who I am and not be hiding anything that might be lurking in the background, right? So I can feel solid in my foundation. So I hope that you all get a taste of that today, and really do feel that in your body and in your soul, so that you can walk away from this today just kind of really resonating with who you are and what you're here to do and who you're here to be. Because when you're being who you are, anything that you do is just going to be super abundant. And I'm excited to see what that is for you. So it's nice to meet you all, and thanks.
Great. Thanks, Erin. I love how you said that, the 3 to 99.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, yeah, the 12 to 99 it was. Okay, great. So what I want you to do first is I want you all 2022 is a huge year for committed change. And it's really about living the life that you desire to live and surrendering to that. How many of you, from a scale to 1 to 10, feel ready for committed change this year? And please put it in the chat so I can gauge where the group is. Great. Love it. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9. Wow. Now, if anybody's at a 2 or a 3, don't be 11. Okay. We always have one in the group. Don't worry about it if you're at a 2 or a 3, because the one thing I teach is to not judge yourself in the process. You have to love yourself through the entire process. So this is great. Okay. Everybody's pretty much there. 11. Haha. Okay. Now, how many of you, from a scale to 1 to 10, have a clear picture of what it is you want that to be? And you may have many goals, but I want you to just focus on what that is. Great. Okay, we've got 8s, we got 6s, more feeling. Okay, 6 to 7, 9, 9. Great. How many of you, from a scale from 1 to 10, know what you need to do to create that change? 1, 5, 5, 6. This is normal. 7, 8, 5, 6, 7. Great. 8. Okay. 7. Okay. Okay, great. Now, I'm going to work a bit with clairvoyancy today. In this dream, you may have many, many dreams. I want you to pick just one of them. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe. And I want you, in your consciousness, whichever one wants to show up, I want that one to come up to the surface, or I want you to choose it. What is the one thing, and I'm going to get quiet in a second, that you would really like to have come to fruition by the end of this year? I know you have one in your mind, but let's try to visualize it and feel it and plug into it for this session. What is the one that Spirit wants you to work with during this session? Okay. I want you, whether you see it clearly or not, I want you, and I can't remember who exactly said that, Christina said the feeling. I want you to feel what it feels like to bring that into your awareness. What does it feel like? And a lot of times I notice people don't use feeling words. So I want you to say, I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel scared, but it's okay. So I want you to just notice what you feel. Notice where you feel it in your body. Where do you feel it in your body? Focus on where you're feeling it in your body. See it. Send your breath there. Feel it. Become one with it. One of the things that I've noticed that spiritual people do is they forget their physical being, and they need their physical being in order to do the action that is needed in order to create the results. So I've been working a lot with people bringing their breath into their body, touching their hands, feeling their physical body. So they embody their body as they're living this existence, this spiritual person living this physical existence. So I want you to touch your legs. I want you to touch your hands, touch your heart. I want you to commit, as you're touching yourself, that I got this. I'm going to do this. Now, I want you to go into wherever that feeling was. Maybe it's your heart chakra, your stomach, your toe. I don't care what it is. When you work with me, there are no right or wrongs. You are the instrument. And I want you to see a butterfly. And I want you to ask Butterfly why it is showed. What do you feel about Butterfly? What does Butterfly want you to know right now about making this dream come true? Now, there's one color that Butterfly has for you. What color is Butterfly showing you? Now, there's a light inside of your physical being. And I want you to find that light. Now, if you can't see it, because some people struggle with it, I want you to choose where that light is. So find it now. And I want you to breathe into it. This is your soul light. Where is this light? Breathe into that light. And what your breath is telling that light is that you're ready to live the light of your life. You're ready to live in your soul light. So I want you to just breathe into it and keep following my direction. I didn't know they were going to jump me into it right away. So we're just kind of going on this journey together. And one of the things I'm going to say to you as you're breathing into this light is when you work with me, there are no right or wrongs. There's only your imagination, your creativity, and your own way of being and doing things. Notice if any thoughts come up that say, I'm not seeing anything, I'm not doing this right, I'm afraid of getting it wrong. And if those thoughts come up, they just get burned in that flame. They're not needed right now. They support you, they help you. Those belief systems have kept you safe for some reason. So we don't need to like trash them or get rid of them. They could just go into the flame with your breath and they're just disintegrating. As you breathe this light, I want it to become bigger inside your body. How does it feel? Now, as you breathe this light, it's creating a path outside of your physical being. I want you to just see that path in front of you. I want you to recognize that that path is coming from you. So all decisions, all belief systems, all choices, how you align with your soul, the soul ignition, how you light it up, that's all coming from you. You're the master of your universe. What color is that path? Now just breathe into your physical being because I'm going to have you open your eyes and we're going to do another portion of this in a second. But as you breathe into your physical being, notice where the light is, notice about that feeling that you had. Where do things feel? What does your physical body feel like? Notice what you're wearing, what colors, that brings you into the present moment. And take 3 breaths inside your body, saying your name to yourself. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now I want you to tell me in the chat, as Spirit's directing me to do something else as I'm pulling it up. How did that feel? And I'll be with you in 1 sec because this is how this goes sometimes. Okay. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. Gave power to myself. Beautiful. Comforting, standing the authentic me, validating, great, light and strong with a feeling of joy, expansive, fun, grounding, refreshing, enlightening, delicious, great, great, great. Lime green, my whole body is my light, Sandra Pelly. It's here and ready and bubbling to the surface. Okay, great. So now my question is, what did butterfly say to you? What did butterfly say to you? And Erin, you can unmute if there's anything that you want to share, anything that you want to coach with me, feel free, or you could stay muted, whatever you want to do. What did butterfly say to you? Don't be scared. Beautiful, Olga. Pudding. Love it. It's here and ready. It's bubbling to the surface. Beautiful. Butterfly, it's your sweet girl. Said, go ahead, joy. No words, just feeling of hope. Beautiful, Jill. Take action. You got this. Share. I have everything I need inside of me. Great, great, great. So the secret question, because I ask secret questions so that I can trip up your mind, because the thing that gets in the way of people channeling or talking with their guides is mind chatter. You try to find how to do it. You'll talk yourself out of it. You'll say, it's my imagination. This can't possibly be true. It's what gets in your way. So the secret question that I asked is, what do you need to change? Butterfly answered it. What do you think Butterfly was communicating to you in that moment about what you need to change? So if it's Christina, you're not allowed to not remember. You have to come up with something right now. Okay, it's okay, honey, because it happens, but that's the way I work. It's spur of the moment. Rent a place with water view while you're healthy and vigorous. Love it, Patricia. So what do you feel like? Why, like Olivia, Butterfly said it's easy. Why would Butterfly say that to you in terms of what you need to do to change? Debbie, joy. Why would Butterfly tell you to have joy in terms of changing? So Sandra knows this work really well. She says, I'm stepping into unconditional love, and this is still a part of it that I'm well on my way. Stop procrastinating. Kristen, great. Okay, so just kind of use, you can't get this wrong. I really want to see you make the connection here. Rana, love myself more. Love it. Olga, here they come. I need to trust myself. Beautiful. I've been feeling, hold on, they're so fast, but I love it. They're all great. Because I've been holding back and hiding. Renee, beautiful. I've been feeling overwhelmed. It's because this type of change makes me feel uneasy. Olivia, you just discovered a belief that you can rewrite. Beautiful. This is light and easy. Don't make it hard. I'm overthinking things. Pudding, love this. Lighten up. The answers aren't as serious as you think. Great job. Okay, so what color was Butterfly? What color was Butterfly? Purple, blue, yellow, blue, purple. Soft rose pink. Okay. So that was the chakra you need to work in. So in order to start creating the choices that you need to, start committing to the choices you need to make in order to change, that's the chakra. So pink is usually can be between the heart and the throat. First chakra is red. Second chakra is yellow. First chakra is about belief systems. Second chakra is yellow below the navel. It's about intuition. It's about creativity. Sorry. Second chakra is orange. Second chakra is orange. It's about creativity. It's below the navel. Third chakra above the navel is intuition, is yellow. I'll explain that. Fourth chakra is heart, green, empathic, but it's also about believing in your truth. Up here can be pink or that turquoise color, Chris. That's compassion for self. Throat chakra is blue, listening to guidance, also speaking your truth. Your face is a chakra in my world because so many of us hide from our speaking our truth. So I don't know. That would be, I don't know what color. You can all decide. Third eye is indigo. Could be it's not the purple. It's more of a deep blue. Clairvoyancy, seeing, and then crown chakra is light, is white or lavender speck. So I want you to spend a little time with that chakra. Once you're waking up in the morning, anchoring into that dream and making choices and checking in with it. Okay. Where was the light in your body? Crown is purple. Yes. For me, it is. It's purple with it's can be iridescent. It could be purple with white specks, but that's what it is for me. Placed it in my heart. Beautiful. My whole body. Beautiful, Janine. Solar plexus. Great. Great. Navel, stomach, gut. Great. Filled your entire torso. From a scale from 1 to 10, how did that little exercise make you feel? That's such a simple, quick exercise. How did it make you feel from a scale to 1 to 10? 9, 10, 9. Some people are always afraid. 7, great. 8, 10, 9, great. Make a note, Erin. Next time we're going to, from a scale to 1 to 10, see how they feel when they first come on the call. Great. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Now we're going to go into the second portion of this. Does anybody have any questions thus far? Okay. Let me make that big. Oops. Let me check a second. Okay, Olivia, can you write it here in the chat or in the Q and there's no Q&A in the meetings. I got that I need to work on my 10th chakra. That's great. For the crown chakra, would that mean checking in with spirit for decisions? It would mean co-creating with spirit for decisions, because we never want to, of course you want to check in, but it's not just a checking in where you're surrendering to spirit for everything. You want to be co-creating. The light shot up quickly. That is great. That means that you are from root chakra right through the center of my body internally. That means that you really got in touch with your alignment, your joy, your soul. The path color, we're not done. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do a little work. Is anybody against tarot cards? No. Okay, good. I'll take your answer, Deb, as the collective answer for everyone. All right. So hopefully I'm not sharing my messy screen. I'm not. Good. Okay. So this is the moon card. This is the path. The moon card, I'm not going to say anything just yet. I want to just go into this. So I want you to just look at this card and I want you to tell me where you're at in the card. Where are you in this card? Moon. My past is represented by the moon. Crawling out of the water, great moon. But I relate to the dogs in the ocean, bottom of mountains, on top of the pillar. How does it feel to be where you're at in the path? How does it feel to be where you're at in the path? I got scared of that thing that I thought was a scorpion. Dogs are howling at the moon to wake up present. Oh gosh, feel like there's lots of work to still do. We don't want to be afraid of that. Curious, determined, relief. Great. Feelings change, shining. Feels like there's a lot of work on the moon, over the moon. Great, great, great. Flowing and moving. Great. And this is Holly that's in SFA, right? I just want to make sure. Let me know. I feel like I'm in the sun shining bright, but the moon is hiding me. SFA is Soul Finder Academy. I've accomplished so much, should be proud of where and how far I've come. Beautiful one, Chris. Frustration. That's okay, Emily. So you never want to make anything wrong in this work, especially now, because when you make things wrong in yourself, you stop yourself up more. That's a boulder. That's a block. You want to acknowledge it and be like, okay, how can I improve that? How can I make that better? How can I love myself through this? Because if we're beating ourselves up, which I was so good at it, I can't move forward because I'm too stuck on what I did or what I regret or why aren't I further? And it's very hard to move forward. Okay. Study this card. Take a really good look at it right now. Really good look. Close your eyes. See the card in the distance. Recall what's in the card. What did you see in that card? Open your eyes. See if there's anything else you missed. Like I'm noticing the windows in the column right now. I didn't see those before. I'm noticing the orange rocks, whatever it is, there might be something that you missed. It's a little bit of a clairvoyant exercise. Okay. Now close your eyes. See the path from your soul light to the card. And I'm going to give you a few moments right now to journey on that path towards the card. And what I really want you to pay attention to is, how do you feel about walking towards that card? And I'm just going to get quiet for a moment because I need to talk with my guidance about the next steps. So you're noticing how you feel as you're walking that path. Now you're starting to enter into the card. And the dog is on the left and the coyote's on the right. And the dog wants you to know where you need to go in order to get support. So let the dog just talk to you and answer the question about where you need to go for support. And I want you to trust your imagination. I don't care if the dog just howls. This work opens up your heart and soul for even deeper work to happen after the call. Notice how you feel about the coyote. Now you're taking the journey, and there are mountains. And there are flowers on the mountains. What do those flowers mean to you? Now, what I want you all to do, because I want to end this in a really a good amount of time, I could go on and on and on this journey, but I want you to go over the mountains past what you could see in the card. And I want you to notice what you see on the other side of the mountains. And then I want you to spend a little time there and just notice how it feels. Now journey back over the mountains, past the coyote, out of the card, onto your soul's path. What color is it? Did it change colors? How does it feel? Journeying back to your physical being of who you are today. Paying attention to your breath, bringing your attention back to your breath. Feeling your feet that are going to help you walk on your soul's journey, your legs, your torso, heart, throat, your face is lit up, crown. Breathing, notice your soul light. Say your name to yourself 3 times and open your eyes. Now, without me saying anything, after taking these 2 journeys, what reading would you do for yourself in regards to the choices you need to make in your life right now? What reading would you do for yourself in regards to the choices you need to make in your life right now? Change priorities, continue to declutter, look inside for guidance, trust myself, lean into source. Right, these are all people in my program. So I want to see, Kristen, I want you to play with the I don't know. And I want you to pull something that came out of the meditation and just make up something. I want you to just trust it and make it up. Spend more quiet time for guidance. The question is written in, let me copy it and I will see. You're tripping yourselves up right now because now I'm asking you to think. Now I'm asking you to trust yourself. Now I'm asking you to trust the journey you already took. And and this is nothing more than an observation. I can see most of the people that are answering, and I didn't know this was going to happen because I didn't even know I was going to do the moon card. I had the star card. I don't know any of this. The people that are answering are the people in my programs. They know how to do this work. And it's nothing, I'm not making you feel bad. I'm just noticing something. So the people who are struggling, who are not in my programs, I'm not going to allow you to do that. I want you to leave with a feeling that you can do it. So, Kristen, it's okay that you're struggling with it, but I want you to make something up. What do you think it is, honey? Do what you need to do and you'll get to where you want to go. Great. Great. Shine my light, release my voice, message. Great, Renee. Knowing I'm not alone. Good. Trust the path. There is beauty in it. Great job, everyone. Trust, I know. And Kristen, I'm sorry I'm pointing you out, honey, but just know that I'm here supporting you. And my whole thing is, so in my work, I don't let people hit a blank slate. I don't let people hit a wall. I don't let people put a period at the end of something. When they tell me I got the color blue, and I'm like, yeah, and what does that mean? And they're like, I don't know. I don't allow that. I want them to keep going further, because the more you're an investigator, Sandra knows this more than anyone, right, Sandra? Sandra's a reader, a medium. She's been in my program. She does her own work. She's a shaman, magic. The more you investigate, the deeper you go. So I want to get you out of the I don't know, and instead say, well, there's something here. What do I feel then? I'm timid about moving forward on the path, and I can get support from others who have taken this path already. I need protection from the coyote. The dog can do that. The path leads to beauty. Great job, Emily. And the realization that there's so much history here and there's more out there. Great job. Heather, I love what you wrote. By going into the star seed womb states, I can climb to the mountain, the community, I'm protected. Great. Okay, who's ready for the secret questions? All right. So the moon card, let me share my screen one more time so I could just give you a little background on the moon card real quick. Moon card is about taking the path. The water is about coming out of the unconscious, right? So coming out of the unconscious is the first pillar system of SAS. It's the subconscious thinking. So the crayfish is like you're writing new beliefs. You're deciding to take a new path, right? You're deciding to go a new way. The dog's about companionship. The coyote is about being a trickster, having fun. It's also representative of the Fool card, which is about taking naive risk, right? We need risk in order to take the journey. The journey is you're deciding to come out of the unconscious belief system that has been holding you back, and you're choosing to take the path. A lot of times where you are in the card may be where you are in the journey for that particular goal when it comes up. The columns are about right or wrong, decisions you need to make, feeling balance, feeling out of balance. And the moon is about bringing things to the light. So those are just some of the meanings that the moon card has for me. Okay. So I asked you the dog, what did the dog want you to know where you needed to go for community? What did you get? The dog told her to talk. I know she wrote this for to talk to her mom. The flower is life and love. The path is joy, fast of the hill. Look inside. SFA. Love it, Debbie. Hey, mate, you got to go to the hills. Great, Christina. There's always help for you. My dog trusts. The dog told me to follow my heart. Talk to your guides. Membership for support. Yep. Gia, psychic. Guess the question. Because I said, what community do you need to go to? I want you to really think about where in your life you're supported. And where do you need to go for support? If we are all looking to create magic, amazing change, how many of you are really supported by people who can carry you there? There's a lot of people in my communities here, and they know that I am very picky about who I bring into my community and making it very safe so that people feel the courage to move forward in their gifts. So that's great. So the secret question with dog was really, where do you need to go for community? The question was, you asked him, what do I need to do for community? The coyote, how did the coyote feel? That was the question I asked all of you. How did the coyote feel? Ambivalent. Interesting, Dashka. Wait till you hear the secret question. Not good, but I was not afraid. I sat between his paws. Good for you. Friendly, could quite trusted, but needed for protection. So the coyote was telling you how you feel about playing and needing to play, and how play is going to take you to your goals. That's the soul ignition, doing the things that you love to do. So wherever you felt about coyote may be how you feel about playing. So you need to felt scary, right? Kimry, you're a channeler. You're stepping into channeling, right? And that's a place of play. It's such a fun place to play. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yes, she wrote yes right away. I know Kimry because she's in Soul Finder Academy. Ariel, honey, you felt threatened. Do you play in your life? Do you not play in your life? Do you think play is a waste of time? So Coyote wants to know how you feel about play. Emily said, oh no, that is so true. That's why the secret questions are so powerful. Tanya said it was scary for me too, and I don't play enough. Yeah, but Tanya, you're doing that a lot of play in Soul Finder Academy, which is great. Okay, so you went on the hills and you saw flowers. What do they mean to you? What did the flowers mean to you? Tell me what the flowers meant to you. Hope, growth, peace and love, life and joy, satisfaction, a play therapist who feels safe with Coyote play. Oh, right, you were between the paws, so it's perfect, Heather. Sustenance, beauty, beautiful. Great, great, great. There's beauty all around. So the secret question is, I'm going to wait till you answer. Oh, I love this for you, Tanya. Wait till you hear the secret question. You're on the right path. Signs of life on the other side. Beauty, abundance, great journey. This is really how you truthfully feel about your dream. So the belief that I can't do it or I can't make it happen, those are just thoughts. Your heart in this secret question just told you you truly believe in your dream. How does that feel? Okay. So now there was no secret to the other side of the mountain, but I'd love to know what was on the other side of the mountain. Olivia said, makes sense to me. Yippee, I know I needed this call, Gia. A village. So that's going to be so cool. Good. So that's great. Good, good, good. I love all these answers. Great. Crystal City, I always see. Ocean, beautiful beach. That's going to be your work to do on your own. I want you, one of the things I did in the soul session yesterday with Soul Finder Academy is I taught them how to ask secret questions and to play a game on how to use secret questions and read for themselves. So we did an entire game. So I want you to play in the thing that was over the mountain. And I want you to allow that to be present. That's the synchronicity part of the pillar system, right? Synchronicity is all about how the universe is constantly communicating with you. So I would like you to take this entire journey, especially the part that's over the mountain, and bring it into your everyday life and see how that is showing up, because you may be like, oh my goodness, that's the flower I saw. It helps you to believe. Or, oh my goodness, that's the color. That's the color I saw. Or, oh my goodness, this person's talking about the village people and I saw a village. This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic continues. This is where spirit helps you to trust this work. This is how it happened for me, because I was super skeptical. And then I'd go out there and be like, holy F, that just friggin' happened. And that was just in my dream. Or they just told me about that. And now it's in my life. And that's what manifestation is all about. It's co-creation. It's not, oh, world, do it for me. It's like, I'm in this with you. And you know what? That experience I just had with that person that wasn't great. Thank you, universe. You just told me not to partner up with them. Or you just showed me how to have more courage or how to stand up for myself. So this is your homework now to take this thing and bring it out into the world and see how synchronicity relates to it. Okay. So my work here, soul sessions are the best. You know, Kimry, I have to tell you, I did not know what I was going to do today at all. And I guess a lot of times sometimes I don't, I have an idea. I usually don't know what I'm doing. So now I can open it up for questions. Okay. But the bottom line is, and if you're interested in joining Soul Finder Academy, and doing this and so much more on a regular basis, Soul Finder Academy, I'm going to just tell you real briefly, is it's 4 months long. It's quick lessons that you can listen to on your phone. We have a podcast for it. You can watch the video. They're like 2 minutes long, 2 to 5 minutes long. You can listen to it. They're much shorter than SAS Experience because I tried to get a lot in there. So you watch a 2-minute video that morning, and then you take it throughout your day, because change only happens when you live it. That's why I do these soul sessions, because you all created the magic on your own. It wasn't because I told you that you're going to be an author, that you need to write a book, that here are the lottery numbers, or you should leave your husband. You created the magic. You anchored into a belief inside yourself. So Soul Finder Academy is created for you to go through each pillar, 4 weeks in each pillar. deep dive in, get a lesson, quick thing, watch it while you're brushing your teeth, take it into your day. There's a journal that you can journal about specific questions for each lesson. And then there's a community that's incredible where we do Q&As. Those are reading calls. We will do readings and stuff with me and the coaches. Or there's soul sessions like this where you dive deeper into your gifts. And then there's study sessions where you meet together as a group. It's a real community, amazing engagement so that you're not alone. You're kept accountable. Because I find just with digital programs alone, if there isn't a live component, you're not being kept accountable and creating the change that I want to see for you. The results, you'll have results if you do the work. The biggest result you're going to have is you're going to learn how to trust yourself, and you're going to have a tool chest of techniques and tools in order to learn how to trust yourself. So do you come out of Soul Finder Academy never struggling with a decision again? No, because then you're not growing then. If you're never just struggling with a decision again, then you're not growing. But what you do have is clarity. So when a coach is coming to me and saying, showing me all this magic, and here you want to hire me and da da da, and I'm like, I'll let you know. Yeah, I need this in my life, but I'm not sure if you're the right person. And then I get to, and you should do this with SFA too. You should know inside your heart and soul if this thing speaks to you. And if I speak to you, my way of work, I'm not everybody's cup of tea because I'm pretty strong. So I'm going to share that. And you could check it out. If you join within the next 24 hours, or if you book a call with Erin, you'll get 2 coaching calls with one of the coaches. They're really great. So you'll get 2 coaching sessions. Okay. Share your Calendly link, Erin, if you haven't already. And I'm open for questions now. So if you have to go, first, I want to know how this experience was for you. So please let me know, honestly. Look, it's not like people, I love the podcast version. Me too. And I don't know if it's going to go to the old people. We're going to have to figure it out. But we have a whole new app we're creating, Sandra, which is going to be so great. All right. Icing on the cake. Okay, so loved it. Great, Janine. It was very important for me. Been feeling quite upset about having to leave my apartment. Yeah, and you know what I want to say to that, Olivia, real quick, is those are moments in my life that when I get knocked on the ground, guidance is really there for me and helps me to understand why that moment is happening. And it's usually such an expansive moment. There's like, here's an opportunity to really grow and show up for yourself. And then it's also a great opportunity to say, what choices did I make that maybe took me to this place that I need to correct and not do again? Or how do I show up better for myself? Erin, do you have anything you want to share before we take any questions?
I just love how active everyone was in the journey. So, because that's really by showing up anyways, even if, if you're questioning things or if you have a lot of mind chatter, if you still show up, you will get something because you're bringing your energy to it. So, I've often found like the more resistance I have to something, the bigger the breakthrough on the other side. So it's always worth it to show up.
I agree with that. And I think you guys did an incredible job, and you allowed your vulnerability to come through, which is not always easy to do, right? Because I find when I was first studying mediumship and stuff, and I went into certain rooms, there was so much competition, and people were like, I'm better than you, and I'm this, and I'm that. And I can't stand that crap. I really can't. Because like I used to go see some of these mediums, and they would be like, I remember one guy I really liked, actually, they came out and introduced him, and they said, everybody's gifted, but nobody's him. He's the special one. And I was like, who the F are you to tell me who's more special than me? And he was a medium I loved. So I'm not going to say who it was at this point, but I want people to recognize that you are gifted. Everybody can do this. Okay, so I'm here to help anybody. If you have to go, thank you so much. I know you're still in the Facebook group, right? Because you're in the SAS Experience Facebook group. There is a certain portion of time that we remove people from that group because I don't do free groups. Let me know if you have something you need to ask or have something you want to share. By all means, share it in there. I would love to hear about it. I'd love to see where you're at. If you want to email us, like you're not sure if SFA is for you, or I don't know if a lot of people are afraid, like, I don't know if I could do this work, whatever, email us at care@marilynalauria.com. SFA starts when you start, honey. It's basically, we ask you to start on a Monday, Heather. So we tell you exactly how to start it. You'll fall right in. You do it on your own. You own the digital product for the lifetime of the product. I say lifetime of the product because 10 years from now, I may not want to host it, and I may be like, download it yourself. I don't say, some people that guarantee lifetime, I'm like, that's crazy, man, because I don't know where I'm going to be 5 years from now. But you own the digital product and it's yours. And then you're in the live component for 4 months. And Heather, if you have any questions, you know me, so you could just reach out to me, sweetie, but it'd be great for you, Heather. You'd be amazing in it. This is not the sell portion. I want you to share with me or ask me whatever you need support in. I'm here for you, whether you take SFA or not. You trusted me with SAS. I thank you so much. I want to help you. So don't feel like I can't ask Marilyn a question because I'm not going to take SFA. That's bull. I'm here for you guys right now. Okay. So raise your hand, ask a question, anything you need support in. But do know I'm going to kick your butt if you stay in victimization. Just be ready for that. Anybody have a question? Oh, yes, there is one hand raised. Okay. I think you took your question back. Okay, Emily. Trying to go ahead, Renee. I'm unmuting you. Go ahead, sweetie. Renee.
So one of the things I've been struggling with for a long time is the focus of my work being just more about women, or how I might be able to incorporate working with kids too.
Love it. Okay. So you're struggling with it. Can I just go in and tell you why you're maybe struggling with it, and you can tell me what you think? Here's what I'm going to suggest instead, Renee. I feel like working with women and kids is what you need to focus on and do, because these kids are coming into this world to heal this world, and the women are giving, not notice the fathers in this equation, but the women are here to have these kids and to know how to navigate their paths. So tell me if I'm wrong after I say this to you, but I'm finding that a lot of these women are finding out what these children are going to bring to the table before they're even born. They're feeling it. They're feeling they're being called to something. So what I would suggest to you is instead, how can you marry that? Does this resonate with you with what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're getting into the how. How can I do this? Instead, I want you to follow the passion of doing it and start speaking about it. I want to say something real quick because Spirit is talking in my ear. Somebody I'm talking to, I used to, and I'm sure you can do this too, Renee. When I pinpoint a gift that I have myself, it doesn't mean that you don't have this gift. I'm not saying, look at me. Okay. So I used to be able to do, when I did readings for people, as part of my job that I loved, I would meet their children before they even met the child. And I would tell them exactly how their child was. And I feel that you may have a little bit of that, where you're going to have a deeper understanding of the child. Now, I know a woman right now who knows that she's supposed to have this son and he's going to create. She doesn't know, because we don't know what those careers are going to be. But she knows that this child is being called forth, and she doesn't know how to navigate his path to the best of her ability. I feel like you could expand the mothers, the women, however, even if they're not mothers. I don't care who they are, but there's something the women you're supposed to work with that is going to help these kids as well. What is it that you want to do?
You're asking me specifically?
Yes.
I specialize in working with sexual violence survivors.
Great. What is it that you want to do in order to help the growth? What is it that you want to do in the next iteration of what you already specialize in?
I want to help kids realize not only how wonderful and special they are, but to bolster them with creative tools and activities, so that even if something traumatic does happen to them, they are so much better equipped to handle it and move forward from it.
What do you want to do with the parents of those kids to help them to evolve past the traumatic thing that could possibly happen, or if it did happen?
Part of it is giving them that same set of tools, and it's also helping them to notice when something's not right, so that they can help those kids sooner rather than later and minimize whatever's going on for them.
So there's something bigger and greater here that's wanting to be birthed through, and you're going to stop. And I'm not lying to you. I don't blow smoke up people's butts. You're going to stop that process if you keep getting into, how am I going to do this? Nobody's doing it, or they're not doing it the way that I'm doing it, or I want to do it this way, but I'm being told I can't do it because of this formula, or whatever it is. Stop it. Okay. And then I'm asking, what they're asking me to ask you is to please get this out in like a podcast form or a book form. It's got to get out there, this conversation. It's super important. Okay.
Thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Great
Thank
work. By the way, I'm not going to say how I know this. I'm going to put it out there. Okay. Great work, Renee. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. All right. I'm going to go to Olivia first, Jane, just because you're in my programs, but I will come to you, honey. Erin, are you still good or do you need to go? So you have to unmute yourself, Olivia, so I can help you. Hi, Olivia. So nice to see your face as you hid through the whole thing.
Hi, nice to see you. Well, thank you, Marilyn, for that activity. It was really helpful for me. So I guess I don't know really what I'm asking for, but I'll just tell you. I've been getting a lot of complaints from my landlord. Apparently, my neighbors are complaining about my son making a lot of noise. And they wrote me like this threatening letter saying that they're going to sue me. And it really upset me because it really felt like some kind of attack.
Yeah, because it made you feel not safe in your own home.
And my home is my home is very sacred.
Yeah, it's your sanctuary.
Yeah. Like it's always like, the past few years, Marilyn, it's been challenging for me. So my home is like my refuge. And having that attack and also like it just on my child who's like an amazing kid that everybody loved. But I know I need to move.
So let me help you with this first, Olivia. So first of all, never saw your beautiful face. You're in membership. So I didn't even make the connection that this was the Olivia I know, right? From membership, right? So I love this. But what's coming up for me right away, Olivia, is this is about you standing in your truth and your voice. And you have rights as a tenant. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't find a more peaceful sanctuary because the universe may be offering up, hey, let's get a guest house or let's get this or let's get something better. But what I feel like is happening is two things. One is you're being called to stand in the power of who you are and not to stand in any shame. Your child isn't doing anything wrong. Your child is being a child. Okay. And the way that they could approach this with you is, do we need to get carpets down or whatever is going on? The scarf around your throat is showing me that you're holding back. And Sandra, I don't know if you're getting anything, honey. If you could put it in chat, it would be great if you want to help out a bit. But I feel like you're holding back your truth and your power. They don't get to do this to you. They don't get to shame you. They don't get to whip you. How does it feel if you're like, I am strong enough to handle this?
Yeah, it feels, I mean, it feels good. But the thing is for me, it's like, I just don't know how, like, do I confront my neighbors? Because apparently they've been making complaints and it's just.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, like I think for me, like I've had like so many crazy things happen to me this year with like a boss bullying me and me getting fired. Like I've had like, and then another thing happened with this university professor calling me a terrorist. Like I've had so many weird things happen to me where it's like I'm actually just trying to like help people, and then I just get called these crazy things, or just, I'm just trying to do my work and help people. And then I'm just trying to raise my son in a pandemic. So it's just like all this weird stuff that I'm like, okay.
Olivia, what I want you to do, a couple of things I want you to do is I want you to listen to the interview with Jenny Lynn today, because she's the one who did the program, the class for this month, because we talk about people labeling us and then we identify with the labels. Now, I don't know why you may be attracting certain situations in. That's the work you have to do with yourself. Even your work with your tenants is the work that you need to do with yourself. But what's happening is it's uprooting you and it's making you feel very unsafe. And like Sandra shared, she said, it feels like there's a resistance to seeing you for you by you, which actually feeds into the part of you labeling yourself or identifying by other people's opinions of you. I want you to ask yourself where in your life you're identifying by other people's opinions of you and where you don't identify yourself. Okay. I'm going to give you a bunch of stuff. You're going to have to follow up in membership. Okay. The thing I want you to do is not necessarily talk to your neighbors right now. Okay. I want you to get clear, and Sandra's shaking her hand too. I want you to get clear about that. I also want you to find out your rights. I don't want you to go out there and battle them. That's not what this is about, because you can transmute this energy by yourself first. Okay. And it could be, hey, let's get to a solution here. What's going on? I understand you're all angry, you're all pissed off, but you have to get there first. Right now you're there. You're like you're fighting them, like the 5 of Wands card, which looks like they're battling, but it's actually they're building a star. This moment is going to allow you to build a star for further moments in your life. You get into this place of wanting to get it right. Okay. I want you to take it step by step by step. I want you to not bring in every other story. And I want you to look at, okay, what are my rights here as a tenant? And then maybe talk to someone pro bono if you can. How can I handle this? Google it. How do people handle these different confrontations? But I don't want you handling it from a battle perspective. I want you to handle it from a peaceful place going, okay, yeah, hey, I hear that you are feeling my son's making a lot of noise. Besides me moving, what can we come to another solution? What time is that happening at? What do you feel? You're not agreeing with them, but I don't want you doing that just yet because this would go awry. Does that help you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, in terms of like the legal rights, like my friend's husband is a lawyer, so, and I've contacted. I'm not concerned about like the legal aspect out of it and stuff, but I think it's more like like that feeling of like unease and unsafety in my own home. So
yeah, well, the thing is, it may be pushing you to find another home, which is a great thing, which happens in my apartment in LA. Like there was like craziness and people calling me. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I have to move on because I'm gonna have to get off soon. But I want to support you. The other thing I would have you do is, I believe in membership, there is a meditation there might be a clearing space, something. I'm pretty sure there's a bonus. I want you using Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael to surround your apartment, because that's what I had to do to keep that friction out. Because what's happening is you're blurring the lines between you and them. So it's very hard to make very solid decisions if you're blurring lines between outside interference. Okay. Listen to this recording again when you have a minute, Olivia, and then let's take the next question into membership and let's see how we can support you. And Sandra's probably giving you some information. So I would definitely look at the chat as well. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to hop off, but thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to be able to take Olga's and Jane's, and then let me see. I'm not going to be able to get to everybody. Sorry, guys. I would say that if you're thinking of joining, contact Erin or email us. And then you can also put a question into the Facebook page and we can try to support you there. But unfortunately, I can't stay on as long. Go ahead, Olga. And then Jane, I'm going to you after that. And I'll see if I can get to anybody else.
Hello. And thank you for this. It was really revealing, actually. It was really interesting. Very, very interesting. And yeah, it was just a confirmation that I need to go out of my head and follow my intuition. It's just, I have a scientific background and I've been trained to stay in my head. And sometimes it's really difficult to lose that habit and follow my heart and my intuition. So this is a new process that I'm learning, and I'm doing some work. And about a year ago, I started to move from pharmaceuticals into natural medicine and have my own business. And I did my formation and I start to be visible and try to find clients. But I'm really struggling to go through the resistance of clients. So when I start to talk.
Go ahead, Olga. So give me the question real quick, because I can help you with this.
So how can I just stay strong for my truth for myself and don't put me down when a client tells me no, and I feel this is the wrong thing for me and I need to quit and find something else? How can I trust?
Actually, I want you to consider SFA. I don't know if you're considering it or not, but I want
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. But I don't want to use this vulnerability right now to sell a program, because I don't think that that's right to ever do to anyone. They are showing you a resistance inside of you. They are not your client. The client that you want is the client that sees the magic inside of you and how you can help him. It does not mean that the client won't come to the table with a little bit of resistance, but they also want to learn and grow. The clients you're attracting in are mirroring the part of you that maybe is struggling with the belief that you can full on do this and help people and heal them. Do you agree with that or not?
I do.
Okay.
I feel it. My heart is beating.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, Olga, when I was doing this work, I would get some of these people, right? And they would come in and they were horrible. And I would, after they'd leave, I'd turn around to spirit. I told my guides, help me, bring to me people who are seeking on the highest spiritual path. They normally did 90% of the times. Every now and then one of those people would get in and I'd be like to my guides, what the F was that? Don't do that to me. And they would tell me what I needed to learn about myself to stand in my courage, my strength. And I'd be like, okay, I got it. So take it as a learning opportunity. What is this person making me feel about myself? How can I get stronger? Because it's not really about them. They are not, you don't need to convince anyone of your work. The people you want to attract are the people that are like, you and I together, Olga, we're going to make magic happen. I know that you're going to help me. Those are the people I want to work with. That's why we don't do hard sells. So what I had learned from that, after I'd be like, okay, thanks, Spirit. I got it. Don't send me them again. And they wouldn't. I want you to sit down with your guides, whether you know them or not, or your higher self. And I want you to write down the perfect client for yourself. But don't be afraid of the client that says no. Let them be a great teaching tool.
Okay. I never thought that way. I was getting small, I was feeling really small.
Yeah.
Before this, because, it's one person after the other and natural medicine doesn't work. Why this is bullshit. And are you trying to convince? And it makes me feel really small.
How many people here believe that natural medicine works? Okay. And not everybody may, but that's a majority of people who are showing their video. You're going to the people who you need to convince. Why? Because you're trying to convince yourself of something. I don't know. You know that this is true. You know that this works. That's not what's concerning me. But there might be a parent or a belief system back there that made you believe it's not true. Or your scientific teacher. You don't uncover that belief and rewrite it. And then bring to me those people who know that natural medicine works and they want to work with me. I'm getting chills, and you will start attracting those people. You will also notice that your messaging out into the world will change, and you'll be able to pick it up right away. Because if I coach somebody one-on-one, if they're interested in coaching with me, I know right away if I'll work with them or not. Because if they're in victimization, I'm not working with them. Okay. And you're not, Olga. You're in the exploration, but can I use you as a teaching tool right now?
Sure.
This is what scares me about beautiful people like you. You have this magic that you want to bring out into the world, and you're allowing old beliefs or labels to shut down that magic. And I don't want that. I want you to get it out there.
I do. I want to get free, actually. I do feel I want to show up. Yes. I'm tired of this prison, actually.
And let me tell you
I don't want.
I'm sorry. Finish that word.
No, it's all right. I was finished. I feel in a prison because I can't speak up. And I don't want to convince anybody, but I don't want to. Yeah, I want to have the right people in my way. Yeah, but I want to fix the world. I want to say yes to everybody. And I always open my door to everybody. But then there's always the ones who just, I allow them to hurt me.
Erin may have something to say, but I want to say one more thing to you, Olga. I said this on my personal Facebook page. I don't really use it as a business thing. I said, you could go to the most amazing healer in the world. Amazing. But if you're not ready to be healed, you will not receive that healing. And I think Jennifer McLean, a lot of people were like, so true. Seek those who are ready to be healed.
Yeah.
Okay. Erin, did you want to say something to Olga?
I was just going to say that you deserve to really be in that belief for yourself, because what's coming for you is just so amazing. And I know you know that, but like you deserve to live it. So that's what just kept going through my head. You having a ton of gifts and being a light in this world is not a prison sentence. right? Of like the patterns that you're used to. There is a life outside of that, and you deserve that. So
you make me feel really good. Love, 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 love. Yeah. I want to be surrounded by people who have good intentions, definitely.
And you can. I mean, I feel really blessed for the communities that I'm in. I'm trying to remember if it's the Seven of Swords card. It's the family swamp card. The prison, when Erin repeated what you said about the prison, what I saw were all these people who are saying no or holding up this fake little prison around you. And you can just break through that and be like, I'm not with you. I'm going over there to those people. So I want you to make a choice to work with people who are really ready to receive your medicine. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Olga.
Thank you, May. Thank you.
Okay, Jane.
Yes, I just really appreciate the answers that you gave to Olga. I am noticing there's an ongoing resistance, and I pay attention to all of these pieces of information, and then somehow I just kind of skittle away from it. And I'm not sure if it is something inside of me that I'm not addressing, or something. I really want to. I'm going to take that Jeanette's class. I started it, and I said, okay, this is the beliefs that I need to deal with.
That's what I was going to let me just tell Olga, it's the Eight of Swords card. Just take a look at it. Jane, that's what I was going to say to you. There's a belief that's just working against you. You're doing all the right things. You're doing all the great work, but we have a habit that takes a while. That's why SFA is 16 weeks long. And I would have you go back in there and start playing with some of those, because these belief systems, they don't get changed overnight just because we realize there's something going on. But the other thing, so I would like you to work on what is the belief that you can't have what you desire, because there's something working against you actually seeing something to fruition. Meanwhile, you're a PhD, you had this incredible career. The other thing that I want to introduce you to, that I want to invite you to do, and I'd like you to do it for a week, is I want you to say, what is the thing that you really want to change? Give me the one thing, something doable that you really want to change. First thing in your head.
I want to change myself.
Okay, great. But what does that mean? So what are the things, give me one thing about yourself you want to change.
I want to change this resistance. I want to change Squiggle. The persona Squiggly. I want her to stop running away and to sit down and do it.
Okay. So what's the opposite? What's another name? What's the opposite name of Squiggle that is the one who's sitting down and doing it?
Grounded.
Okay. I want you to draw Squiggle and draw Grounded. Show them to me in SFA. They could be stick figures. I don't really care. And then I'm going to give you a tool right now, but I want to continue. I want every day after you draw it. Do I want to give this to her now? But I'm afraid I'm going to forget it. Every day you have to make the choice, the conscious choice. I think it's another word that's going to come through besides grounded. I don't know. But every day I want you to make the conscious choice to be grounded. You get to choose to be that, Jane. Okay. But I do want you to draw them because I need to see the visual of it for some reason. Okay, honey?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Good work. Good work. Okay. I'm going to try to take Jane and Rana real quick. Not Jane, Jill and Rana real quick, but make it as quick as Jane made it because I got to go. Go ahead, Jill. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Marilyn. I just wanted to ask, like, so you asked about the thing that we wanted to change at the beginning of the call. And so I put health, but and I've been asking my guides for help with like what direction to go in. I don't know the steps to take. And I'm not even sure that I have a concrete, like, something other than health. And I'm just wondering, how specific do I need to be, and how can I work on getting more specific about it?
You have to be specific. First of all, you're sitting right next to Olga, who's a natural person, by the way. Olga meet Jill, Jill meet Olga. You have to be specific. You can't be all over the place for me. So if health is, I feel 10 pounds lighter, then that's got to be your commitment. If health is, I'm eating vegetarian, mainly plant-based diet, that has got to be your commitment. Okay. Because with you, and I know you really well, Jill, and you're doing great work and you're transforming, but you get too much, you're still working on the trust factor in yourself and the trust in your guides. And that's okay. I don't mind that because you're still working in it. But for you, what I would love to see this year is committed choice. And then you're not allowed to leave that choice for 30 days.
Give me an example. Like, what do you mean?
I'm going to lose 10 pounds and that's my commitment for 30 days. So when I get distracted by this thing over here that I need to do, and this thing that's stopping me from doing it, and that thing that's confusing me and distracting me, the shiny object over here, nope, I committed to losing weight 30 days. I don't care whether you lose, like, I'm not sure that that's what it is because you don't, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just going to a health thing. I don't care if you do the results in 30 days. I want the commitment to the results. Okay. All right, honey. Let me know how it goes. Good question, Jill, and really good one for you. Good next level. Hi, Rana.
Hi.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Sandra. I gave up alcohol. It's been friggin' amazing. And I don't judge. I don't care what anybody does, but I decided, and I'm like, I'm not going to, I think it's like 90. I don't know how many days. I'm not going to get into it. I didn't even make it public yet. And it's not for any other reason. I may go to Italy and decide to have a glass of wine, but it's been amazing in terms of downloads. It's been unbelievable. So I just want to offer that up to you. Hi, Rana.
Hey.
Am I saying your name right?
Yes, it's okay. It's good. So thank you for everything you do. I think the main thing that really made a realization for me in your program is actually realizing the things that make me happy, right? Like, I'm totally doing everything just right. I am totally guided. Like, it's even beyond my understanding. Okay, I'm always being reminded that I need to appreciate myself and love myself. Appreciate myself and love myself. And I'm just, I think I'm doing it, but just because it keeps coming back, I think there's more to that. Okay.
So how many people here have to work on appreciating and loving themselves more all the time, no matter where we are in the journey? Okay. So the thing that what's coming through for me as you're asking that question from spirit is the reason why they keep bringing you to it, my throat, all of it, heart. The reason why they're bringing you to it is because there's something so much bigger and greater that they are calling you to. And she already knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what comes in my cards.
And it takes the loving of the self, the appreciation of ourselves. Thank you. To do this amazing thing that has yet to appear. Like, they're showing me, and I can't remember which tarot card it is. And it's probably because I decided to do clairvoyancy, but it's a puff of smoke in the background. And the smoke has not cleared for you to fully see it. But what Spirit's saying to me, so you acknowledged my work in the beginning. I just did a whole podcast about how I have a hard time sometimes receiving, right? That, because I feel that it's a co-creation with my students and stuff. They are magical because they're doing the work, but Spirit does speak through me and does speak really well through me. With that said, they want me to say to you that they want me to share with you that there has been different parts of my journey where people have been nasty to me, criticized me. And I've had to stand in the power of who I am and what I do and my integrity in order to go to the next level so that I could stop hiding.
Awesome.
Yeah. So the last thing they showed me was the cap locks on my computer. Do you know what cap locks are? When you hit the cap locks and everything's in cap locks and it's like you're screaming. So there's this inner being inside of you that's like screaming out into the world. Like, it's not about see me, hear me. It's not for recognition. It's like, whoa, wait, you've known all along that you're meant to do something bigger and greater. Am I wrong, Rana?
No, you're absolutely right.
So that's why Spirit's doing it. So I want to give you a tool. Every night for the next 30 days, I want you to do two things for me. And anybody who resonates with this, I want you'll remember it, but you can write it down. I want you to write down 10, write it down, because that might be I write things down all the time. My coach, even though he's recording it, I'm writing it down. I want you to write down 10 things you're grateful for. Here's the next thing. 10 things you love about yourself from that day.
Okay. Okay.
Now they can be the same 10 things. I don't care, but I want you to do it for 30 days straight. Can you do that for me?
Definitely.
It's going to change your life.
Awesome.
Please.
Thank you.
Like Wayne Dyer was where I think I saw this. Don't die with the music still in you, or don't die with the song still in you. Please don't. Okay. Right. Good. You're welcome. Unfortunately, I do have to go. If you are interested in Soul Finder Academy, we would love to have you. Erin, share your thing. If you're on the fence or you're not ready, you're new to my work, we don't care. I'm so happy you're here. I love getting to know people. My community knows this. And so I'm so grateful that you all showed up. And Erin, I'm so grateful that you brought that they did it, and they were so active and did such great work. So I want to say that. Erin, is there anything you want to say to anybody? And trust me, we only want people in our programs. We actually will tell people, especially now because we had an experience, we will tell people who can't join. We will tell them if we think they're not ready, because it has to be so we're not here like, we're like, hey, let's see if this is the right fit for you. Sandra, thank you. She says, still applying SFA lessons in my life. Erin, was there something you wanted to say?
Thank you for being here today. And thank you for all being super vulnerable, because we can meet you at the level of truth that you bring to us. So that's also proof that you did it today, and keep doing it because you're worth it. And I would love to speak to any of you. If you feel on the fence, we can look at like red flags to really feel out if it's a good fit, because we want it to be a good fit if you're going to take that next step. So thanks, Sandra. Love to you and love to all of you. It's so crazy how you see people on this like soul level, and it's impossible not to love each other, which makes these communities so awesome. So
I agree. Something she said that I really appreciate, that she said, some of you may be like, I don't have the time, I don't have this, I don't have that. We really do look at the red flags, because like I said, we're not going to allow anybody in who's not really. Some people join the program, they disappear. I don't know what they do. That's up to them, but the majority of the people really do commit to the work and show up, and that's up to you. It's whatever works for you, but we're not here to tell you do it. We're here to see if this is the right move for you. It might not be the right time. With that said, when you join SFA, so far, this may change. You get automatically grandfathered into any soul session I do through the SAS experience. So it's a great way to keep doing the work. That's it. I'm not going to even tell you what the program has. Go look at the page, see what you think. I want to thank all of you. Oh, and for all of you, if you have further insights or takeaways, please feel safe in that Facebook group. We haven't been very active in it, but I don't put up with any nonsense. So there's anybody who's in there they bought this program, or they're graduates, or they're graduates of Soul Finder Academy. Because I don't do free groups for that reason. And then if any nonsense ever happens, which doesn't happen in my communities, because I'm super about safety, know that we will take care of you. We have your back. So I want you to feel safe in that community while you're in there. Pauline, so nice seeing all of you. Olga, thank you for your honesty. Emily, I'm so glad you're showing up. It makes me so happy. Joan, so nice to see you again. And Jane and Janine, I don't know you. And Sandy and Sandra, love you guys. And Christina, great to see you. And Erin and everybody else I like saying everybody's name, Kimry and Gia and Janet and Lori and Paul and Rana and Renee. And if I missed somebody, sorry, Sandy and Sandra and Sandy. There's another Sandy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I love, Erin said it perfectly. I can't say it any more perfect than that. I will hopefully see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that session. And if you enjoyed it and you want to learn more and join us for a soul session, go to joinsas.com and check it out. If you're not sure if you want to join, email us at care@marilynalauria.com. That's care, CARE, @marilynalauria.com, and we will answer any questions that you have. And most importantly, rate, review, subscribe, and share this podcast. And thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.